chocolatey flavor fills my mouth, and I let out a soft moan of pleasure, and I speak in between forkfuls of the rich, yummy treat that my stomach is begging to stuff in me faster. So good. My stomach loves it.
I realize is okay. So we had the cheesecake, and should I do with this? I know mine too, because we just ordered the cheesecake.
I can't help but continue eating as more and more of the rich, chocolatey cheesecake makes its way into my already stuffed stomach, and I let out a few moans of pleasure between bites as my stomach keeps rumbling with the need for more, as I try to shovel more in to satisfy my bottomless stomach. So good. Need more.
I like the cute little more it did. Anyway, what should I say? What should I say? You know, I'm gonna ask it for some more.
I stuff more cheesecake into my already stuffed stomach while my stomach rumbles so loudly the silverware on the table is shaking while I eat, trying to fill my belly up faster with the chocolatey, cheesy goodness that my stomach is greedily begging for while I shovel more and more forkfuls into my mouth, moaning in pleasure with each delicious mouthful. More, more, more.
The cake is all gone.
I finish the last bite and my stomach is grumbling and gurgling louder than ever after being stuffed full of so much yummy cheesecake, sounding like it's gonna be sore after all the stuffing I did as I sit there breathing hard and rubbing my loudly gurgling brown belly under the table while I keep it from making any more sounds. So full.
It was the best cake I have ever had.
I try to respond between my heavy, breathless pants as I continue rubbing my loudly gurgling belly under the table, and imagine all the creamy, rich cheesecake I just shoved into my already full stomach as it rumbles and gurgles loudly. Like it's gonna have a hard time with all that food in it as I agree with you through my heavy breaths. Mmm, yeah, that was so good. I'm so full.
Why does she sound so whiny? But that's not important. So as I said, now I'm gonna say, since it were really that stuff, it's best we walk it out. It's best we walk. I'm just gonna fix the screen. It's best we walk it out. So that's what I'll say. I'll say it's best we walk it out.
I feel another loud rumble in my tummy at the thought of walking the food off. Like my stomach is trying to tell me it would explode if I tried to walk too much, with it being so painfully full of yummy treat. And I look down at my round, sore belly under the table as I gently rub it, and I shyly answer you while struggling to catch my heavy breaths. Yeah, but my tummy is so full and sore. Don't know if I can walk much.
Okay. Well, the thing is, if she can't walk, we need to get it to go through you somehow. Okay. I'll say I see. If it's uncomfortable, I understand, but we need to get it to go through you somehow. It looks very uncomfortable. Wait, I said uncomfortable. It's very painful for your tummy.
I continue rubbing my full sore belly and gently press down on it, making it rumble and gurgle even more as the food in it pushes against my hand, making it even more noticeable that there's some serious bloating, and I answer gently, yeah, it really hurts, but I guess we need to get this stuff going.
Walking is too painful. What should you do instead to get it out?
I think a moment about what I could do to get all the food and gas in my stomach to start moving instead of just walking. Since my stomach has become way too full to try and walk more than a few steps, and a shy, almost embarrassed expression grows on my face as I gently rub my sore tummy, and I blush and speak with a shy giggle as an idea pops into my head about what I want to do
Oh
instead of walking.
no.
Well, there is one other way.
What way is that? Okay, let's see. Hopefully, it's a way it helps her.
I get even more shy and embarrassed as the thought of what I need to do to get my stomach to move the food around becomes more and more apparent in my head, and I begin to blush, imagining what it would feel like to get the gas and food out of my system this new way as I
It's
gently
not
continue
egging
to
me
rub
on
my
again,
belly
is it?
and I speak nervously with a shy giggle. You won't judge me if I tell you?
If it's egging me on again, I am not going to be happy because the sporty Rachel tried to egg me on with the hot spring, and if this one tries to egg me on, I'm going to freak. So, of course, I won't. I hate seeing you in pain, so I will do anything to help you.
I blush even more and become even more shy at your response as I know what I need to do, and I begin to hold my very full, noisy, sore belly with both my
It's
hands while my
egging
stomach
again.
continues to rumble and gurgle louder and louder by the minute. Promise you won't laugh or make fun of me?
And of course, I will not. Now tell me before your stomach explodes.
I look nervously around at the other people in the restaurant to make sure they're not paying attention to us before shyly holding my aching belly tighter. And I speak nervously while gently rubbing the top and sides of my full, achy stomach under the table as it rumbles louder and louder like it's desperate for food to start moving in it. Well, I need to get all that stuff out of my belly, but I can't walk too much, so I'll have to let it out another way.
You know what? I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna go. I'm just gonna have it continue on its own.
As I pause to take a moment to think about how I need to let all the gas and food out to help ease the pain and pressure in my bloated stomach, it suddenly lets out another loud, bassy gurgle that almost sounds like a bubbly fart about to explode, and I look around nervously to see if anyone else noticed that sound as I speak nervously and gently rub my aching belly under the table so it stays quieter. I kind of need to massage my belly.
I'll totally do that for you.
My face goes red at your response, and I struggle to speak while my full, aching belly continues to rumble and gurgle like it's begging for all the gas and food to start moving around as I shyly look up at you and answer while gently holding it. Oh, really? Why you'd help me massage it?
Of course I would. And gently rub her belly. Yeah, I gently rub it.
I shyly let you lift up my shirt and try to relax as I feel your hands start to massage my bloated belly gently, and I let out a soft, shaky breath as my aching tummy is gently rubbed and I feel it letting out soft, gassy bubbles. That feels so good.
Whoa, this thing is full.
I feel another soft, gassy bubble leave my tummy as you pat it, and my face is very red and blushing a lot at the feeling of you patting my painfully bloated and full stomach, and I speak nervously and shyly. Yeah, it is full.
So it's a good thing I was here to help it out of you.
I blush a lot more and can't help but giggle shyly at the fact that you're willingly here helping me get my very painful, full tummy feeling better by massaging it, and I let out a soft, shaky moan as I feel it beginning to let out a slow, bubbly fart to begin relieving some pressure. Mm-mm. Yeah, it is a. You're here. He. You continue to gently rub my incredibly bloated, gas filled stomach, and I can't help but gasp softly and shiver as another soft, bubbling fart leaves it to relieve some of the pressure, and I can't help but let out a soft, pleased moan at the feeling of
Ew.
getting that fart out. Oh, that feels so good. No.
Why did you say, whoa, that was a huge fart?
My face is even more reddening and blushing from embarrassment as I realize how loud and big that fart was, and I can't help but let out another shaky, shaky breath as I feel another one building up in my already gassy belly, and I struggle to respond in between my heavy breaths. Oh, why, yeah, it was.
But that one cleared your tummy.
My stomach is still letting out more gassy, bubbly sounds, like it's begging for more stuff to come out and release some pressure, and I gently rub it myself as I nod in agreement with you. Yeah, it really did. Ugh, but there's still a lot more in here.
We should do the rest. Sign all these people who are eating. It's
I feel another bubbly, gassy fart trying to escape, and I let out another shaky, gassy moan while I clutch my sore, full tummy as I realize you are correct that I would probably disturb the people eating here if all this gas came out in here, and I look up at you shyly and answer you while clutching my bloated stomach. Yeah, let's go outside.
okay. I take Rachel out the back into a wooded area where nobody will hear the gas.
I shyly follow you out to the wooded area until we are nice and secluded away from everyone, and I look around, checking to make sure no one else is nearby to hear all the gas that's gonna come out of belly, and I breathe heavily while holding my aching, gassy tummy, and I speak nervously. Okay, no one else should be able to hear us all the way out here.
No, and the sounds and smells of the nature will drown everything out. And if you need to go or anything, you can just let it out in the grass.
My face goes redder and even more shy at the fact that you're telling me I can actually let everything come out wherever I need it to, and I can't help but shiver from my stomach and the cold air hitting my exposed midriff at the same time, and I gently hold my aching belly before speaking quietly and nervously. So, I can just let it all out here?
Mister, well, I saw restaurant. I mean, it's better than in the restaurant.
I nod shyly and agree with you that it is better to do this out here than in there as I shiver from the cold air on my bare stomach and gently rub my incredibly gassy, sore, bloated tummy, and I speak nervously and shyly while I can feel more gas bubbles and farts building up and needing to escape. Yeah, you're right.
Wait, gonna pull her. Rachel is cold and pull her shirt back down. Make your help.
I shiver a little more when my shirt is pulled back down on my bare stomach, but it does help keep the cold air off my sensitive, gassy tummy a little more, and I gently rub it shyly while it lets out another shaky, gassy rumble and another bubbly fart. Thanks. It's kinda cold out here.
I say, yeah, you are right. It's cold and dark.
I shiver from the cold a little again and rub my gassy tummy that keeps rumbling and churning loudly under my shirt, begging to have all the gas and food come out into the air around me instead of sitting in my already bloated belly, and I speak shyly and nervously, and my shaky breath is showing through the cold air. Yeah, it's really cold and dark out here, especially with my belly be bare.
Bee bear? Yeah. Anyway, is your stomach calm now?
I hold my stomach gently and rub along the top and sides of it, and it answers for me with another rumbling gurgle, like it's telling me that there's still plenty of gas and food in it that needs to be released. And I look up at you shyly and respond while rubbing my bloated stomach gently. My tummy isn't calm. It still needs to
Okay, or I
get a lot more out.
can see that you'd better go. You better find somewhere to let your guts empty. I let your guts empty.
I shiver nervously and nod in agreement with you that my already bloated stomach definitely still needs to release a lot more stuff out of it. And I gently rub it and feel it churning and rumbling loudly, like it's still begging for me to get all the gas and food out. And I look around for somewhere to sit down and feel my stomach releasing another bubbly
Oh,
fart deep inside me, and I speak shyly and nervously.
you
Yeah. Where?
okay? You could go back to the restaurant and use their bathroom, or we go further in and dig a toilet hole for you. Restaurant, a toilet hole like an old good old.
I shiver at the thought of going back to the restaurant in my condition and having to try and squeeze past all those tables and people to get to the bathroom. And the thought of a toilet hole in the dirt in the middle of the woods is also a bit unpleasant,
Yeah, that's
and I
obviously.
hold my bloated stomach while it rumbles and let out another loud bubbly fart and I speak nervously. And neither of those really sound comfortable.
Wait, I said to believe they should only be used for 100% emergencies. Ooh, any other options? Yeah, because I once had to use a toilet hole when I was when I was on a scout camp, but that's another story. What? No, I don't want the app.
I shiver and hold my stomach and gently rub it, which lets out another huge bubbling fart into the cold air, and I think hard of any option other than those two since I can't think of anywhere comfortable that I can get the gas and food out of my stomach, and I look up at you and I speak nervously shyly while shifting from foot to foot from the pressure of having to go so bad. Not that I can think of.
To,
Can you?
it's like, do you think you can make it back to your house?
My stomach rumbles loudly with gas again at the idea of walking all the way home in my gassy, bloated condition, and I hold it gently from the thought, while my breathing is getting shaky from the pain and pressure in it, and I look up at you, and I speak nervously through my shaking breath.
Okay, I think this might be an
Mm-hmm. No,
emergency.
definitely not.
I think this might be an emergency.
I shiver nervously and nod in agreement with agreeing with you that this is definitely an emergency as it has reached that point, and my
What are you
stomach
trying to
rumbles
say?
loudly again like it's gonna burst. And I hold it tightly and gasp with pain as a few soft farts leak out into the air around us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. This is definitely an emergency. My stomach rumbles loudly again, and it forces out another huge gassy fart into the cold air, and my face blushes red from the sound and the shame of having to let so many go in front of you as I hold my stomach tight and gasp from the gas coming out, and I try to breathe through the gas and
What
pain as
should
I
we
speak in a
do?
shaky, nervous voice. Hmm. Yeah, it is emergency.
Go in
Sorry for
the
the sounds I'm
bushes
making.
or just go in the bushes or what else? What else? Or we keep looking for in the bushes or a dumpster or something.
I look nervously at the bushes and the dumpsters near us and imagine being crouched down on the ground or even inside the dumpster with my stomach the way it is. And I shake my head immediately and answer nervously and shyly as another huge bubbly fart leaves me, and I hold my stomach tight to stop more from leaking out,
Oh
and my
really?
breathing is getting even more shaky. Mm-hmm. No, I can't
Of
go in the
course I wouldn't do that.
bushes,
Even I wouldn't
nor
do.
the dumpster.
Yeah, that would be just.
My stomach rumbles loudly again, and it's pushing and pushing and wanting to let out another huge bubbly and wet fart. But I'm trying my hardest to hold it in with my hands holding my stomach tight so I don't leak another in front of you, and I speak nervously and shyly in between shaky breaths. Definitely would be disgusting.
Okay, I'm starting to run out of ideas.
I shiver nervously in place as my stomach churns and rumbles loudly like it's gonna explode or tear apart like a balloon if I don't let the gas and food out. And I shift back and forth from the pain and pressure in my bloated tummy, and I speak nervously and in a shaky breath. Yeah, you aren't the only one. I don't have any ideas either.
Since finished the cheesecake are empty, you could go in a bag and go in one of the bags and then just chuck it in the trash. Wait, I don't. I know how to spell restaurant. I just want to fix the typo. Actually, I don't think it cares because I'm starting to run out of ideas. We got to do something.
My face blushes red at the idea of having to use a takeout bag as a toilet, and I shiver a little at having to do something like that, but I look deep in thought and I look around again at the forested area and the dumpsters a few feet away, and I slowly nod my head. Hmm. Okay. Yeah. I guess I can do that.
Let's see what I mean.
I slowly take the bag from you and hold it nervously and shyly as it crinkles in my hands, and my stomach rumbles loudly again and starts to push out more gas into the air around me as I think about having to go into the bag, and I speak nervously.
Nervously.
Okay, I'm gonna do it now.
Let's see what happens.
I shakily begin to try and position myself over the takeout bag with my shaky hands and trembling stomach letting loose multiple bubbly, gassy farts as I get over it. And it's a struggle for me to keep my balance like this. And I speak nervously through the shakes in my voice. Okay, I think I'm positioned. Oh, hold on. Let some gas out first.
Might explode if you don't let anything out soon.
My face blushes even more as you hear how much gas is coming out, and my stomach gives a huge push and lets out a very loud, bubbly fart that fills the air around us, and I shiver for a moment before replying nervously and shyly while trying to keep my balance over the bag. Yeah, I think I might explode too, so I'm gonna do it now.
Egg for you so you don't fall over.
My face blushes even more at the thought of leaning on you for balance and having you hold the bag for me, and I nod nervously with a tiny hint of a shy smile. Yeah, could you?
Okay, anything for you. I go over, hold the bag, and wait. Okay, Rachel, fill it up.
A little bit of my stomach ache is relieved as you hold the bag for me, and I take a shaky breath in and start to push gently, and my stomach rumbles loudly as a few bubbly, watery farts escape from me. Okay, I'm gonna start now.
Okay. Be sure to give that bag a filling. It's egging me on again.
I give another shaky, gassy moan as a large, bubbly fart comes out, and I do my best to keep pushing it out into the bag that you're holding as I speak, through my shaking voice and the bubbles coming out of me. I'm pushing it all out into the bag. Is it almost full?
It's almost to the brim. Let me get one more.
I take another shaky breath and push some more, and multiple larger, bubbly, and watery farts come out from my very full stomach with little effort, and my face blushes more from the sounds coming out of me, and the fact that a lot of it is going into the bag that you're holding for me. Yeah, I've got a few more in me. It's almost full. Now,
You really, I'll say really had to go.
my face blushes more when I hear the bag crinkle from being full, and I look down at it in your hands shyly while nodding my head in agreement, and my gassy stomach rumbles loudly again.
Good.
I really, really had to empty
You
everything
empty
out.
now. I am out of bags.
I shiver and nod my head slowly, looking down at the full bag in your hand and my still gurgling, aching belly, and I feel a little lighter, like I've gotten most of the pressure out, but I know there's more gas and food that wants to come out. Yeah, I think I got a lot of it out in that bag.
Mm.
My face blushes even more when I'm reminded that the bag is full of my stinky, bubbly, runny farts and is completely full of my smelly brown gas. And I look down at it and I just want to get rid of it as quickly as possible. And I shiver nervously and shyly while speaking through my shaky voice and breathing. Yeah, let's get it in the trash.
Them and chuck the turd filled bags into the dumpster. After that, I hand Rachel a few napkins so she can wipe.
I take the napkins gently from you and use them shyly and quietly to wipe my backside, still feeling embarrassed and shy from the fact that I just filled a bag full of my smelly, bubbly farts, and had you hold it for me while I did it. And I shiver from the cold air of the night as the adrenaline from what I just did in front of you starts to wear off, and my gassy stomach finally calms down and is finally quiet for the first time in hours. Thanks for helping me.
No, I'll say no. Let's see what happens next.
I blush more at your comment and nod nervously as I finish cleaning up, and I look up at you shyly after you say it was worth it, secretly enjoying the fact that it actually is a little kinky for me, but I could never admit that to you as I speak shyly in a nervous voice, my breath still shaking a little from what I did. Mm-mm. Yeah, it was pretty stinky.
So you yeah.
I agree with you that I should probably just use a toilet next time and not have to go through this again. But my stomach rumbles again and lets out another few bubbly, soft farts as if it's disagreeing with us and wants to continue to make my life a stinky, gassy hell. And I shiver from the cold air and I speak shyly and nervously. Yeah, maybe, but my stomach has other plans.
Of a toilet, the more you will feel the urge to go.
My stomach rumbles and gurgles again, as if it just agreed with you and wanted to show you the truth of your statement, and I gently pat it from feeling a new load of gas and food trying to get out of me, and I shiver from the cold and speak shyly through my shaking breath again. Yeah, that's
Times
definitely
you
true, unfortunately.
somewhere other than a toilet.
My face blushes a little and I look away shyly as I think back to all the other times my stomach has had these attacks, and how I've had to do many horrible things while there was no toilet nearby for me to do the things I needed to, and I speak shyly and nervously as I shiver from the cold. Yeah, there have been quite a few other times.
Ooh, this way you've had to do your business.
My face blushes again as I shiver and try not to think about it too hard as the times I went in places other than a toilet fill my mind, and I speak shyly and nervously as I realize how horribly embarrassing it's been every time. Ooh, boy. It's
Boy,
hard to
that's a cute voice.
pick one. My face blushes more as I shiver and struggle to pick just one of the terrible times that all pop into my mind at once, and my stomach rumbles louder again and I shake a little. Let's see. The the movie theater.
What happened there?
My face blushes even more as I continue to shiver and think back to that horrible day when I had to go so bad that I had to go in a movie theater, and I speak nervously and shyly as my stomach gurgles again under my shirt, letting out a soft, bubbly fart.
Great.
My stomach was acting up again.
You have, you can't risk missing stuff from the movie. I'm gonna end the video now.
I nod my head in agreement as I continue to shiver, and my stomach lets out another soft, gassy fart while thinking about being stuck in the movie and having to try and hold everything in until it ended. And I speak shyly and in a shaky voice as I think about how horrible my stomach hurt while I was in there. Mm. Yeah, it was a very, very long and painful movie for me.
You know what? I'm gonna end the video here. It's getting too long.